Hello guys, welcome to Ibotep. So today in this video, we'll be creating the register screen of our Flutter application and the API for sending the registration data into our server. So let's get started. The first thing which we will be doing is to go to our blog called academy.vibotep.com, and then we have to go to the blog, and we have to click on this link, create register screen of the Flutter app. The first thing which we have to do is to create the API for this application. And now let me go to my control panel, and then I will open the uh, file manager. And once I open the file manager, we have to go to the APIs, or we can also do one more thing, that is to open our PHP myadmin so that we can store, we can check the databases. And let me click on PHP myadmin, and then we will check whether we have any whether we have any table for the users. I can see in the database called about assam underscore flutter underscore app, we have already created one table, and the name of the table is users. Now what we will be doing instead, we will simply insert the data, okay, from the Flutter screen to this database. I don't know why it's still not loading up. Just a minute, let me reload the screen once again. Okay, so now I can see the file manager, and if I just click on API, I can see several files which we have previously built for making the API. What I will do, I will simply double click on any of these files, and I will copy the entire content, and then I will right click on it and create a new file which will be called as register.php, and then we will double click on it and we will paste the codes which we have copied from the previous file. Here I can see we have included the course file, then we have included the database, and we have declared the header, that is application JSON. And now from this section, from line number 10 to line number 36, we have to delete the entire codes, and in the place of this code which we have previously used for fetching, I think, yes, so the previous codes was we have used these codes for fetching the data from the table called checkout. Now instead of fetching data, we'll be posting the data, or we'll be inserting the data with the help of this API. So if you just go to this blog, and here I have already written that if the server sends the request as post method, then we'll be posting these variables. So let me copy it, and let me paste the code over here. Now we have initialized one empty response as an array. Next we have checked if the request which we have received from the server is a post request. In that case, we have created 4 variables for username, user email, user mobile, and user password. So these are the variables: username, user email, user mobile, and the user password. And we have told the program that if we receive these variables in the form of post method, then we will be updating the database. Next, in the line number 23, we have checked, or we have validated the responses which we will be receiving from our Flutter application, and where we have written that if the username and the user email and the user mobile and the user password are empty, in that case we will be telling that all fields will be required. Or if this validation has been successfully passed or fulfilled, in that case we'll be inserting the data into our users, insert into users, where username, user email, user mobile, and user password are this data. Next we have, okay, so here I did one mistake, that is we'll be encrypt the password with the encryption of MD5, not hashed password. and done. Now here we have used bind parameters, and here if we get the response as true, in that case we'll be showing that the user registered successfully. All right, so we have completed the registration API. Now we will go to our Flutter application, and inside my account I'll be creating a new file, and I will name the file as register.dart. So now if you just go to the blog, you can see I've already written the entire process of building this register screen step by step. So our next step will be to create a blank screen called register.dart, which I have already created just now. And then we have to build this screen. So let me write STF, and here I'll be writing register screen. All right, and I'll be importing all the necessary packages for the registration screen. So once we import all the necessary packages, we have to import material.dart and the HTTP package as well. So let me import material.dart and HTTP package. And now instead of this placeholder, I'll be using the scaffold widget. Okay, and now we will include the single file scroll view inside the scaffold widget. So let me copy it, and then instead of the placeholder I'll be using scaffold, and inside the scaffold I'll be using single file scroll view widget. Now I have created a child, and the child is a column. Inside the column I'll be creating several children. Okay, now the next thing which we'll be doing is to go to main.dart file, and I will replace the home to register screen. Done. Okay, so once I click on the main.dart, or once I run the app, I can see a blank screen, and here I will write a sized box children, and inside the children I'll be writing a sized box, and the height of this sized box will be 200. Next, I will include one container, and inside the container I'll be writing some text, and the text will be like register for free, which I can see here. And I can give some decoration. Font size will be 30 or maybe 25. All right, so you can find the entire code here. If you just go to the blog section, you will be able to see all the codes here. And let me do one more thing. Let me use the alignment, sorry, and main axis alignment center. All right, so now after this message register for free, I will have to include the text form field. Let me also use one sized box, and the height will be like 20. And after the size box, I'll be including the padding, and here I'm using the padding, and edge insets all from all the sides. I'm using the padding 8. Next, instead the child of this padding will be a text form field, which will be our input field for the username or maybe the name of the customer. Next, we have used the decoration method, where input decoration label text will be username, and we are giving one outline border. And let me save, but unfortunately I'm not able to see the preview of the screen, as we have not built the this username controller. All right, just we have created this padding. I will duplicate it once again, and now instead of username controller, we'll be storing the user email controller. So instead of writing each and every code, let me directly copy all the codes from here, and I will replace it with my actual code. So now I can see the controllers are being highlighted as red. Now, if we just scroll down, we have to make the text editing controllers. All right. And then we have to create the method here. All right. So let me save the page. And if I just check here, I can see all the fields: username, email, mobile, and password. And now let me explain what I have did in the future method called register user. Here I am using the API URL, which is https://flutter app API register.php. So this is the URL which we have recently built. Okay, so we have built this API, and this is the API URL. Next, we have created the variables username as username text editing controller, which we have defined here. And even if we just go to the body, here also we'll be able to see the controller name. And then we have created the condition. If we get the response data as success, then we'll be printing that registration is successfully, else we'll be printing the error message of the screen. So let me try with some dummy data. Let me write test and email test@webot.app.com and mobile 12345678910 and password as 123. And now if I just click on register, here in the console log, I can see that the registration has been successful. Now, if I just go to the database and click on browse, I'll be able to see the test. Okay, and email is test@webot.com and the password is 123456. And here the hash password or encrypted password is this one. So here what I will do, I will redirect the user to the login page once he completes the registration process. Thank you for watching. Subscribe this channel for future updates.